Good evening, friends. My name is Joni Eareckson Tada of the Joni and Friends International Disability Center, and I am honored to share a few words of greeting at this premier pro-life event for South Carolina. Now, you may be wondering why a quadriplegic like me in a wheelchair has such a special interest in the Piedmont Women's Center. Well, it's simple. When we safeguard life protections around the smallest of human beings, that is, an unborn child, then the rights and the life protections of all people are safeguarded, especially the medically fragile, the elderly, and those like me with significant disabilities. And when I use that word rights, I'm talking about moral claims, claims that have their foundation in the Word of God. But when you take God out of the picture, then our rights become nothing more than willful determinations all dressed up to give them a kind of showy dignity. And when our rights become nothing more than our willful determinations, the exercise of those rights then becomes nothing more than a national competition over who's more victimized than who. We become a haranguing group of people only interested in the preeminence of our personal choices. It's why the discussion of a person's rights must always find meaning in God's moral law. And oh, how our country has lost its moral center. You know, quadriplegics like me never fare well in societies that lose their moral center. And although the moral fabric of our society is nearly threadbare, we can keep it from unraveling further. We can do that by praying that this great nation might once again learn to safeguard the right to life of all human beings. Next, we strengthen the fabric of American society when we share a biblical worldview with our friends, our family, our neighbors, relatives, whether at Starbucks, at PTA, or across the backyard fence. Our views, especially when they are voiced in reasoned compassion, our views definitely have an impact on others. So speak up. It is through our individual decisions and choices that the direction of an entire nation can be channeled. Third, we can strengthen the caring fabric of our society when we make certain that we are honoring the dignity and value of all human life within our churches and within our families. It could be your sister who is carrying an unborn child who has Down syndrome or spina bifida. Let's be careful to always communicate that we would welcome any child, embrace all children, no matter how significant the disability. After all, the book of Isaiah underscores that God's favor shines on those who do not turn their backs on their own flesh and blood. It's why I am so supportive of the Piedmont Women's Center. They are not just, quote, against abortion. They are for women, and they are for unborn children, the children that those women carry, especially if it's been determined that that child has a disability. There are so many cultural voices clamoring for a woman's attention nowadays, insisting that her unborn child is dispensable, especially if that child is deemed to be, quote, maybe a burden to the family, or maybe it might present a financial hardship or place inconvenience on the family. But all children, whether newborns, unborns, are image bearers of our great Creator God. And all children deserve to spread their wings and have a chance at life, no matter how difficult that life might be. So, thank you for joining us this evening for this important event. And I want to thank all of you tonight, especially you women, who have chosen life for your unborn child. And for those who have gone through an abortion, thank you for your courage as you've gone through the recovery program at Piedmont. I also want to thank all of you wonderful donors who have kept the lights on and the doors open at the Piedmont Women's Center. God bless you for having a heart for women and their unborn children. Finally, a special thank you goes out to all of you who pray. Because don't forget, we can turn the tide. We can strengthen the moral fabric of our society. We can make a difference on behalf of thousands, even millions of children. I'm so grateful to you, all of you, for upholding the sacredness of all life, life that bears the imprint of our wonderful Creator God. And may the Lord bless your efforts here in South Carolina as you spread the word far and wide that all life is worth living and worth protecting. On behalf of all of us at Joni and Friends, thank you for listening.